Oh, what's up, nerds and geeks? My name is OMG, WTF, LOL, FTW, BRB. Welcome back to more WWE. Welcome back to more Total Extreme Wrestling 2013, where we are playing as the WWE in the year 2015. This is the final NXT before Extreme Rules. Not that this matters much. NXT doesn't really tie in with the WWE pay-per-views. But yeah, final NXT before Extreme Rules, and it's kind of a different NXT. It's still highlighting a lot of the NXT guys, but we'll see. And this will be throughout the NXT save or shows as well. We'll see some main roster guys sometimes appear on NXT without really no explanation, but the fact that hey, they're here, and that's happened in NXT before. It doesn't happen very much now. But early on, around before Neville was champ, I'm talking Bo Dallas is champion, because that's when I actually started watching NXT. I missed Rollins and Langston's run. But when Bo Dallas was champion, there were times where random superstars, I mean, Cesaro and Sami Zayn is heralded as one of the best, if not best, NXT matches ever. So it's, sometimes random superstars will show up, so I just wanted you guys to know that ahead of time. Either way, though, let's start the show, shall we? So, starting off the show, we are in the pre-show, being held in 400 people as always. That most likely will never change, and we're being held in the NXT arena. The only time the NXT arena will change is probably for takeover events, which I do plan on doing. Haven't figured out how I'm going to be doing the takeover events, but I do plan on doing them. And yeah, it's going to be those are probably going to be the only events outside of NXT itself. But we'll see where that goes from there. So we have a bout that had some solid in-ring action, but not much weighing heat. The Vaudevillains, Aiden English and Simon Gotch, defeating Adam Rose and Zack Ryder when Aiden English defeated Rose with the Rector's Cut. So I got a 49D plus. Honestly, not that bad of a grade for Aiden English and Simon Gotch's first match here in NXT. It's pretty average for lower level companies for one, and superstars who really aren't that popular and stuff like that. So, pretty satisfied. I'm glad it's not like an F or anything like that, or even an E. So Adam Rose is improving in performance, and as of this, can I help anybody with gimmicks? So Simon Gotch, I'm not worried about Adam Rose right now, and Zack Ryder. Okay. So moving on from that, moving on next, we have a 58C minus, a match that has some good action and average heat. Hideo Itami defeating Jack Swagger in 10 minutes and a second with the GTS to go to sleep. And interesting enough, Itami and Jack Swagger do not click, and it made for an awkward bout. That's probably why we got a 58C minus, although I'm not disappointed with that rating, if I'm going to be completely honest with you. But I am satisfied with the grade. And that's just a way to keep, Hideo Itami looking good before we actually debut him on the show. And then our main event of the pre-show is a six-man tag match that features Sami Zayn, Finn Balor, and Neville taking on Tyler Breeze, the Brian Kendrick, and Baron Corbin. This gets a 65C. Some good action and average heat. Sami Zayn, Balor, and Neville defeating Breeze, Kendrick, and Corbin in 14 minutes and 41 seconds when Finn Balor defeated the Brian Kendrick with the flying double stomp. What do they call it? The coup de grace, I believe. Sami Zayn is improving in both Rumble and performance, and Brian Kendrick is improving in performance as well. So we move on to the actual show, and we start up with a 71B minus, and it's an angle featuring Kevin Owens and Goldust. The way I imagine this taking place is Kevin Owens, opening up the show and pretty much talking about how this is his show, and pretty much just running down the events that happened last week. So you saw what happened to Sami Zayn, you saw what happened to Neville, you saw what happened to Finn Balor. Don't get in my way. Simply like that, just a Kevin Owens promo. He gets interrupted by Goldust, who pretty much says that, Kevin Owens is selfish and he manipulated his way to the top, excuse me. And that's pretty much, just ends up where Kevin Owens says, take me on tonight, old man. And then Goldust is like, oh, I'm going to teach you some respect. Just a way to set up the main event tonight, which will be Kevin Owens versus Goldust. We then go on to our opening bout of the night that gets a 50D plus. And a bout that had solid in-ring action but non-existent crowd heat. Blake and Murphy defeating Kalisto and Sin Cara, better known as the Lucha Dragons, in 8 minutes and 30 seconds when Blake defeated Sin Cara by submission. I don't like how it was by submission, and I don't like that it was Sin Cara. I could have swore I put Kalisto down and take the pin, but I guess I was wrong. That is number 2 of their tag team title defense. Blake was off his game. Kalisto is improving in Rumble. And then you guys may be wondering why Kalisto and Sin Cara aren't named the Lucha Dragons. Well, that's because the game actually didn't have them as a team. And the reason why I didn't make them a team is because of this. A 32 E+ angle where Sin Cara, so furious that he tapped out, wasn't supposed to happen that way, like I said, so furious that they lost their tag team title rematch, that he beats down on Kalisto, I would say making a heel turn, but he never really had. He was already a heel. For some reason, the mod has Kalisto and Sin Cara as heels already. So this is a way to turn Kalisto face, which was a complete success. So now we have Kalisto as a face. And I'm going to keep Sin Cara as a heel and probably either A, form a tag team with a different masked superstar with Kalisto and form the Lucha Dragons, or B, just ignore the Lucha Dragons in general. Sin Cara is on the time decline list, so he's not like I would push him anyway because he's already declining with his age. So I figured why not, just take Sin Cara off Kalisto and have him basically put Kalisto over. Moving on from that, then we have Blake and Murphy just cutting a generic backstage promo talking about how great they are and how they're the best tag team of now, and they're going to be the best tag team of the future when they get to the main roster on WWE. Just hyping themselves up. 46D, though, I will say, I'm kind of... Oh, no, Murphy's got a poor gimmick. We should check that. I am a little satisfied with how Blake and Murphy are rating right now. I mean, some of you may think I'm crazy thinking a 46D or whatever their tag team match was a good rating, but for them, these are not bad ratings. I was expecting horrible ratings from these guys. Like Sin Cara Kalisto, the rating we just saw with an E. Like, I'm pretty satisfied with these Ds, to be honest, right now. Wouldn't mind if it was a C, but it's better than what I expected. We then go backstage where Sasha Banks hypes her upcoming battle against Charlotte. She has switched over to a new gimmick. She has a devilish gimmick, which gets an 88. She's still a face for some reason. I don't know why this mod creator really screwed up on a lot of things. Mostly with faces and heels, because there's a lot of wrestlers when you start off that are not what they should be. So, like Sasha Banks should be a heel, whereas Charlotte, who she's in a feud with, should be a face. That's not how it is. But either way, just a pretty much generic interview where Banks is hyping up the upcoming bout against Charlotte in the future. We then go on to Sasha Banks about to be competing in the ring when Charlotte comes out to scout Sasha. And that got a 68C+. That's actually pretty freaking good grade if you ask me. And again, this is the Divas, so we move on to our match. It's a 55C-, way better than their pre-show bout last week. I actually did not want to do this match before. I forgot that Banks was actually the only face woman or diva wrestler I have, so that's why Sasha Banks and Alicia Fox is taking place again. Some good action, but not much weight and heat. Banks defeating Alicia Fox with the submission move, the Banks statement. And there's that. She was off her game, unfortunately. We then go to just a generic backstage promo with Tyler Breeze. It's my way of keeping him on the show without... Well, he was in the pre-show, but I mean like on the main show, getting eyes on him without being able to use him because I'm lacking a lot in the face department. But either way, Tyler Breeze, just a generic promo from him, pretty much just talking about how beautiful and gorgeous he is. And then we get a Hideo Itami music video hyping him up for his eventual debut. And then we go on to our main event, which gets a 71B-. Unfortunately, I'll have to get to that in a second. Featured great action and good or average heat. Kevin Owens defeating Goldust in 12 minutes and 35 seconds with the pop-up powerbomb. The announcing job by Tom Phillips was pretty weak. Tom Phillips, what are you doing, buddy? Tom Phillips, what are you doing? Tom Phillips, man, I've actually never seen that come up where an announcer specifically gets called out. And, the announcing quality wasn't up to the same standard, but whatever. And then we end off the night with Goldust being attacked by Owens, and out comes Finn Balor saving the day and chasing Kevin Owens off. And this gets a 64C, just a way to continue the rivalry between the two. A 68C+, that is a pretty good grade for an NXT, I think. Satisfied with that grade. NXT's going really well right now, Nerds and Geeks. Some of you may be wondering when we will be doing the next takeover. I don't have a time. I don't have any idea when we'll be doing the takeover. anytime soon. But NXT hosted their own show last night. Look at this. We had this is the developmental program, by the way, not us. So that's kind of cool too, that they can kind of do their own thing as well. It helps get some of these guys some momentum and experience. So we had Sawyer Fulton defeating Braun Strowman, Bull Dempsey and the Big O defeating Cody Hall and Marshall Von Erich for the NXT Tag Team title. So Bull Dempsey and the Big O are Tag Team Champions now. Interesting. Blue Pants defeating Maria Hera. Emma defeating Tessa Blanchard for the NXT Girl Power title. Jay Bronson defeating Russ Von Erich for the NXT Intercontinental title. I don't know who that Garrett guy is. My apologies for that. It doesn't ring a bell to me. Garrett, Lucky Cannon, and Travis Tyler defeating Jason Jordan, Angelo Dawkins, and Apollo Crews. Enzo Amore and Scott Dawson defeating Mojo Rawley and Colt Toombs. And then our main event of the night was Curtis Axel defeating Colin Cassidy for the NXT Championship. So that's pretty cool, I guess. And Scott Steiner is retiring. All in all, let's see anything special here. The feedback was excellent on that show. Holy crap. Colin Cassidy putting on the end of the best show, the performance of the show. Might have to get them up there soon. Sandman's retiring. What? Oh, that's right. Johnny McMetal. I think he was actually pretty promising looking. He's already on my short list. Okay, so there you go. He was promising looking. What do they call themselves? They are calling themselves Army of Hardcore. I like that name, actually. I might not keep it or anything, but, oh, Becky Lynch's hot property. That's good. Well, Joe Eastman. What is he, announcer? Oh, he is an announcer. Ah, cool. They brought him in. Good for TNA. Bringing in some, Joe Eastman over here. And then Matt Taven going to Global Force. Not too special. Let's look at this here. Jason Albert really feeling he should be called up anytime soon. I don't know why that's that way. He's just a trainer. Oh, Monday Night Raw went up on there. That's awesome. And NXT got the same rating, unfortunately. Oh, man, Zach. That's why you weren't on NXT. He hasn't debuted yet. I see. What the hell does Flair want? Irritated at being left off Friday Night SmackDown. And I can't... Oh, wait, can I? He's exclusive. Nope, I can't. Sucks. Alright, Nerds and Geeks, that's going to do the episode in. Hope you guys have enjoyed. If you have, do me a favor. Leave me a comment, like, and subscribe if you have not already. And as always, my name's been OMG, WTF, LOL, FTW, BRB. And I'll see you guys for Extreme Rules, which will be uploaded pretty soon, so don't worry. So until then, have a wonderful day.